Now that we've covered the formation of dilute and concentrated urine in a previous video, we need to talk a little about the physical characteristics of urine in this video. We'll start off with the color and transparency. Now, urine coloration can be anywhere from almost clear, which is very well hydrated, so therefore dilute urine, all the way to a very deep, dark yellow. In that case, it'd be very dehydrated and have a very concentrated urine. But things like the various different drugs, vitamins, and dietary supplements can change things. Now, if you've ever had, for example, asparagus or some of the vitamin B complexes, you might notice it changes the coloration of your urine a little bit. Now, if the urine, doesn't matter the color, but if it's a cloudiness, that potentially could be a urinary tract infection. Now, again, that can be altered though based on medications, could be altered based on diet. So it's not 100% foolproof there, but something to just keep in mind if that's something that ever pops up. Now, if you're up top here, that is full hydration, you got plenty of fluids, you're doing fine. But if you notice, the top three are all hydrated. But as you get down, the more yellower and yellower and yellower, those are more concentrated urines. That means you're in more of a dehydrated state. If you ever end up this very bottom one, you're in real trouble at that point. You are severely dehydrated because the urine is becoming so concentrated and so dark, your body's trying to fight to keep every drop of fluid possible. That's definitely not where you want to be. You want to try to aim always, if possible, to have most of the day up in the top three, up in the hydrated range. Because hydrated is where you want to be targeting. That's where your body can function at its best capabilities. Now, I'm sure everyone's going around smelling urine. Yeah, no. So urine itself does have a slightly aromatic smell when it's fresh. But if it sits around, it changes to more of an ammonia odor. Now, maybe if you have pets or something happens and urine sits around for a little while before it gets cleaned up, you might start smelling that little more ammonia take to it. Now again, certain drugs can alter the smell, and certain vegetables can alter the smell. So there are some variations here, but typically you have a certain set smell for most urine if it's on the fresher side. pH. Now, urine usually has a slightly acidic pH. Think about a pH of 6, but it can range anywhere from 4.5 to 8. Again, this varies depending on diet, varies depending on water intake, can even vary depending on prolonged vomiting. How does that work? Well, prolonged vomiting can alter the amount of fluid going in and can alter the composition of what you get into your system, therefore altering the pH. But normally you're looking at roughly around a pH of 6, just slightly acidic for most urine. Specific gravity, this is measuring the amount of particles in a fluid. 1.0 across the board is pure water. But 1.01, for example, means it's almost just pure water, just a few things dissolved in it. When you get up to the 1.035, that's the more concentrated urine. There's more particles in that urine, more solutes that are dissolved inside the fluid. So really, what is urine? Mostly water. 95%, give or take, of your urine is water. So 95%, that's a lot of water in urine. The rest of it, those 5% solutes, those are what you're trying to get rid of. Those are different ions and the different debris and particles, whatever you're trying to get out of your system. That could be things like salts, sodium, chloride, potassium, hydrogen ions, bicarbonate. All that's trying to be removed and balancing out homeostasis in your body. So you have the nitrogenous waste, urea, uric acid, creatinine. Those are all being removed. You have sodium, potassium, PO4, you have SO4 as well, calcium, magnesium, bicarbonate. All those plus more are being released in the urine. These are the different chemicals, components your body's trying to get rid of to maintain balance in your system, or simply get rid of metabolic byproducts. Now, abnormally high of any of those things in the urine could be problematic. Maybe you've heard of them testing the urine for glucose or testing for proteins. Again, anything that shouldn't be there but is now being found in the urine can cause problems. Say, hey, this might be an issue. Let's delve into this a little more. Let's try to check out what might be happening. So it's a way of trying to see what's going on if things are not balanced the way they should. So a little about urine composition, from the color to the odor, specific gravity to pH and solutes.